This is K Progeny with more wisdom for my progeny. If you're with a person or you meet them and you have to change them, or you have this idea that they're going to change for you, you shouldn't be with them. Because one thing life taught me is that change happens from within. You can't change because somebody wants you to change your ways. If you don't have it in yourself to change, you're not going to. So please give up this, I'm going to love them and they're going to change because of my love. The only reason a person changes is because of circumstances and personal reasons. Other than that, a person is not going to change. Like, you may have a man who has a baby and now he stops selling drugs and stops gangbanging in order to be a good father to his children and a good husband to his wife. But he made that change on his own because of the child. He wasn't asked to make the change, he made it on his own. When you ask a man to change, all you're asking him to do is suppress what he really wants to do. If you ask a woman to change, you're asking her the same thing. If you meet a woman and you have a one-night stand with her, she hasn't changed that type of behavior. And she may change for a while she's in love with you or still having good, exciting sex with you. But as soon as that is gone, she's going to go back to what she was doing before, if she even stops at all. So unless the person has made that change already on their own, being with you is not going to do it. And I don't know where these dudes get off thinking that they can have sex with a woman so good that they stop being a 304. That makes no sense at all. But you will have people try this and be heartbroken because the person they met is still the person they're with years later, because that person had no reason to change. They only had to put forth the act that the change had taken place. Don't be fooled by, I love you so much that I wouldn't do that to you. Those are just words. And they've probably been said over and over again. This P is for you and you only. How many men has she told that? How many men has she said, oh, I cheated on them, but I wouldn't cheat on you? That's a lie. Because no cheater tells the person they're going to cheat on that they're going to cheat on them. It's common sense. But if you're with someone, the message is, if you're with someone and you feel like, oh, I love them and they'll change. No, they won't. They have no reason to change. You're already messing with them as they are. And if you ask them to change, all they're going to do is put on the act of change and still be the same person. And then when you find out it was all an act, you're going to be heartbroken because you didn't believe who they were when you met them. Find someone who is in the same category, same speed you are, and try to make it work. Don't try to change anybody. They have to change on their own.
For every dog, I would imagine 70% of these dogs, these guys out here who cheat on their wives and cheat on their women, have a willing participant at some point. There are women hiding in closets, hiding behind couches, getting tapped in hotels and cars and in work closets all over this country, who know that they're dealing with somebody's boyfriend or husband, right? They know that they're the secret. They call it the odd time that he's available and his wife isn't around, right? They do that on purpose, right? They let him save their number under odd names. They completely are complicit and are helpful in his efforts to cheat. And then when they get cheated on, how dare guys? Guys are dogs. They're in my comment section talking about how all guys cheat and all guys are dogs because they help guys cheat and they date dogs. But that's just, listen, men and women, people are flawed. There are people who are disingenuous. There are people who cheat. Okay, that's like a fact of life.
And being a side piece is fucking degrading. And I say it's degrading because if something happened to that man, that's all you gonna get out of the deal is the obituary. When you go to the funeral, all you gonna get is that obituary. The wife gonna get the house paid off. You know, have insurance on the house gonna be paid off. She gonna have all kind of money coming in, the whole nine. And you got a baby that nobody know about. And that baby gets nothing.
And the guys will tell you anything in the world to get you comfortable with the idea of cheating. Most guys always present their relationships as failing, as dying, that other woman as horrible, as malicious, as undeserving of his love. That way you feel like you're saving the day. You're super save a guy for coming into his life and treating him the way he needs to be treated. But most of the time that's not the case. Women will cheat with a guy for 2 years waiting for him to finally break up with her. You always said you was going to leave her. You ain't left her yet. He wasn't going to leave her when he met you. He just knew that if he told you she was a villain, you'd act like the hero and give him some.
Y'all be good.